emotions. Rand is the wisdom to communicate effectively, the empathy to truly understand each other's perspectives, and the patience to navigate any challenges that may arise. May I remember of understanding to be a testament of our shared community for promoting emotional well-being not only within our institutes but also in the wider community. In your name, we pray for the success of this event, believing that together we can make a positive impact on the lives of many. In your name, we pray, Amen. Please be seated.
Thank you, Angelina, for that beautiful prayer. We now have Mrs. Lakshmi Ma'am, Head of the Department of English at Middle Class Degree College, to deliver the welcome address. Please join me in welcoming Ma'am.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our enriching webinar on managing emotions, emotional intelligence, and productivity, presented by Little Flower Degree College and in collaboration with Mar Gregorius College of Arts and Science. We are delighted to have you all. We are delighted to have you all here today to explore vital connection between emotions and productivity. Our expert resource person, Mr. B. Narasimha Rao Garu, a renowned soft skill trainer from Chennai, will provide valuable insights into this topic. I would like to express our gratitude to the organizing committee and our collaborators from Mar Gregorius College of Arts and Science for making this event possible. We hope today's discussions will deepen our understanding of emotional intelligence and its impact on personal and professional productivity. Thank you for joining us, and let us start the important topic together and explore the critical link between emotions and productivity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome and inspiring words. Now it's time to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. B. Narasimha Rao, sir. Let us invite Professor V. Shubha, ma'am, from Mar Gregorius College to introduce today's speaker.
Good morning, one and all present here. I'm really very happy to introduce our speaker, Mr. Narasimha Rao, who is presently a leadership training consultant for Fincare Small Finance Bank, is an extremely passionate, positive, and energetic trainer. He has over 19 years of corporate experience in banking industry. His career has spanned across the functions in core operations, relationship management, process development, learning, and development. Narasimha Rao started his career in 1993 as a banking assistant with HSBC Bank. He has grown leaps and bounds that his last role was manager HSBC Trade Operations Hyderabad. His 19 years of corporate experience in HSBC's operations management has equipped Rao with strong people and team management skills. Rao, with his immense exposure, awakens the incredible potential in others and in turn help them to excel in their professional and personal life. He has uh, he has he has graduated in Bachelor of Science from Laila College, Chennai. He is pursuing his MS Psychology from Madras University. He is certified international trade finance specialist from International Financial Service Association, endorsed by ICC Paris. He has got various training projects, soft skill programs for Blue Star, Bharat Petroleum, Aditya Birla Group, Mark Suzuki India Limited, trained and evaluated students on employmentability skills at IIT and VIT University and various educational institutions. He has received lots of awards and recognition. He has received the Best Trainer Award at IRATD and He's a gold medal winner for top scoring in language at Laila College. He has got a second place in chess at Chennai district tournament, awarded a medal for successfully finishing the ultra marathon, and he is a very enthusiastic and a passionate person. And I really very happy to welcome you, sir, for the session. I hand over the session to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing introduction. So once again, good morning. A hearty welcome to all the champions for the session, Managing Emotions or Emotional Intelligence. So it's my great pleasure, privilege, and honor to be here this morning. I have a mission. The mission is to make the world a better place. A better place is made by people who are leaders. So my mission is to develop world-class leaders. The agenda for the session will start with an inspirational story and get into the topic. So I would suggest to keep your book and a pen ready to note important points. So firstly, the black boy and the balloon seller. What is emotional intelligence? What impact will my EI have on my career? How is my emotional intelligence related to my IQ? Is my emotional intelligence fixed? I want to improve my emotional intelligence. What should I do? So there's a very simple self-assessment which contains 20 questions. And then the four dimensions of EI: self-awareness and self-management, social awareness and relationship management, and finally benefits of emotional intelligence. Once there was a small black boy. Everybody would tease him for his black color. Even his mother also would curse her fate that she had so ugly looking child. Due to all this, he used to feel very sad, disappointed, and lifeless. One fine day, he was standing by his window looking at other children playing in the ground. Then he saw a balloon seller on a street corner. His eyes sparkled as he gazed at all different color balloons like red, blue, white, green, yellow. The colorful balloons in the sky fascinated him so much that he rushed down to the ground and stood near the balloon seller for hours. The man selling the balloons saw the boy's hesitation, and then the boy gathers his courage and approached. "Tell me, sir," said the boy, "do the black balloons fly as high as the others?" While asking, there were tears trickling down from the boy's eyes. The man understood what the boy is going through. He picked the boy up and said, "Look." He let go of all the balloons, including the black balloon. They drifted up in a cluster higher and higher into the blue sky until they were so high they disappeared. The man asked, "Did you see that?" "Yes," said the boy. "Did the black balloons fly as high as the others?" "Yes, sir, they did." So the balloon seller said to the boy, "You see, my boy, the balloons are like people. The important thing isn't their color or what they look on the outside. Rather, the important thing is what is inside. And what's inside you makes all the difference in life." So, my dear friends, if you try to analyze and correlate this short story, the same principle applies to our lives. It's what's inside that counts. Your inner beliefs, core values and principles, personality, character, and attitude, which defines how successful we will be in life. Do you know among these, what's the core inner or inside characteristic of us which accelerates our velocity to go up? Yes, you're right. That is our attitude. Our attitude is most important. It applies to every sphere of life. including professional as well as personal life. So, the great part of attitude is that we can design our lives by changing our attitudes of mind. It's inner beauty that counts, not the outer one. The caste, the skin color, a height, the physical appearance, place you're born, or economic status does not matter in success. People may show off and manipulate their outer presence and behavior, but if they are not positive from inside, they will not go up high in life. Always remember, you're made to fly high. You are made to fly high. I repeat, you are made to fly high. If you have positive attitude and optimistic approach towards life, you will definitely achieve your goals and get success in life. So it is your attitude that determines your altitude. We can share many examples. Let's take some legendary examples who started their lives very ordinarily and reached great heights and success. Dr. Abdul Kalam, Dr. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, Dhirubhai Ambani, Abraham Lincoln, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Indra Nooyi, Narayan Murthy, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, Rajnikant, the list goes on. So let's understand what is managing emotions or what is emotional intelligence. So it's the ability to recognize and understand our emotions and the emotions of others. So using this awareness to manage yourself and relationships with others. Ma'am, Sudha ma'am. Sudha ma'am. Ma'am, Sudha ma'am. Sudha ma'am. Hello. Sudha ma'am.
Sir, you're audible.
Hello. Hello.
Sir,
Yeah. Actually, I'm trying to connect to
sir, you're
Chennai.
audible.
Ma'am, I need to play one video.
Can you just call Subhashni ma'am, please? I'll ask her to talk to you. Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am. We need to play
I'll
one
ask Subha
video.
to talk to you. I'll just ask Subha to talk to you.
Okay. I'm sorry, there's some technical issue. I'm not able to play videos. Even if I play the videos, the voice is not audible. So Chennai was assisting. Fine. So what are the 5 things that we need to understand about emotional intelligence? So in essence, understanding AI is the ability to identify, use, understand, and manage emotions. So let's take the first one, identify or perceive emotions. So the ability to accurately recognize emotions is the most basic skill. The better the emotional read you have on a situation, the more appropriately you can respond to it. It is difficult, if not impossible. You need to be aware of your own and others' feelings and emotions in order to have accurate data and information about the world around you. Being aware of others' emotions is critical to building a successful workplace environment and quality interpersonal relationships. Imagine what it would be like to work with a colleague or a friend or be in a romantic relationship with someone who is oblivious, who don't understand your emotions or your feelings, never noticing them, never asking about them, feel really bad. So the next one, use. So using emotions to facilitate thought. So how we feel influences how we think. Using or generating emotions refers to knowing which moods are best for different situations and getting into the right mood. More specifically, the skill allows you to employ your feelings to enhance the cognitive system, thinking, and as such can be harnessed for more effective problem solving, reasoning, decision making, and creative endeavors. By way of example, if you're feeling sad, you may view the world one way, while if you feel happy, you will interpret the same events differently. So, indeed, research shows that people in a sad or negative mood tend to focus on details and search for errors, whereas those in a very positive mood are better at generating new ideas and novel solutions to problems. So, how to use emotions? The third one, understand. So, emotions contain information, and our ability to understand this information and think about it plays an important role in our day to day life. So, this skill also involves the capacity to analyze emotions and their causes and the ability to predict how people will feel and react in different situations. So, this skill answers such questions as, why are you feeling anxious? If I say this to my friend, how will he feel? What will happen if I say that to her? So, that is understanding. And when it comes to manage emotions, so the ability to regulate moods and emotions in oneself and in other people constitutes the fourth domain of EI. When managing one's own feelings, people must be able to monitor, discriminate, and label the feelings accurately, believe that they can improve or otherwise modify these feelings, employ strategies that will alter the feelings, and assess the effectiveness of these strategies. Other times, however, it is better to disengage from an emotion and return to it later. So, for instance, anger, like many emotions, is a misunderstood emotion. Anger is not necessarily a bad thing to feel. In fact, it is anger which helps us to overcome adversity, bias, and injustice. Anger arises when we feel frustrated, cheated, or taken advantage of. Yet, anger, if left to itself, can blind us and cause us to act in negative or antisocial ways. So, identifying, using emotions, understanding emotions, and how to manage emotions. So, how many types of emotions? So, there are 34,000 types of emotions as per psychologist Robert Tehik. 34,000 types of emotions. So, what are the seven basic emotions? Happiness, sadness, surprise, fear, anger, disgust, contempt. What is the strongest emotion? Yes, you have guessed it. It is love, intimacy, passion, and commitment. What is the deadliest emotion? It's hatred. Which emotion lasts the longest? Yes, I think you guessed it. It's the sadness, which is the longest lasting of all emotions, taking an average 120 hours to pass, to overcome. Uh, Sudha ma'am, I just need some assistance to play a few videos over here. Am I audible? Hello, my dear champions. Am I audible?
Sir, you are audible to Hyderabad.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I want to hear from Chennai. Am I audible? Can one of you respond, please? Okay, I'll move on. So, what impact will my emotional intelligence have on my career? So, if you have weakness in your emotional intelligence, you can seriously harm your career. So, it can almost certainly hinder your career progression. So, a study of executives by the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development (CIPD) showed that nearly as much as 80% of the reasons why careers are derailed can be traced to weakness in emotional intelligence. So, this study found that the three primary causes of career failure were poor interpersonal skills, not being able to being a good team player, difficulties in handling change. Nearly all jobs require people to be able to work together effectively. Hence, emotionally intelligent employees are much sought after. A high intellect alone will rarely propel you to career success in the 21st century. Many managers are very effective because they are highly emotionally intelligent, despite having average or less than average intellectual ability. If you have high levels of emotional intelligence, good intellectual abilities, and good technical skills, you are therefore very well placed for career success. So, if we lack emotional intelligence, that will result in poor interpersonal skills, not being a good team player, and difficulties in handling change. See, what you see on the screen is a great tennis legend, John Mack or John McEnroe. Actually, if I play the videos, you'll understand better. Okay, John McEnroe, an American tennis player who established himself as a leading competitor in the late 1970s and in the 80s. In 1978, McEnroe helped the United States win the Davis Cup for the first time in 5 years. In 1979, McEnroe won his first US Open, and by the year's end, he was rated one of the best players in the world. But he has a weakness. He also was noted for his poor behavior on court, which resulted in a number of fines and suspensions. McEnroe's temper tantrums, like breaking the racket, invective, and racket abuse, were characteristic features of his performances. In 1990 Australian Open, he became the first player to be ejected, to be thrown out from a Grand Slam event in nearly 30 years. He was banned for a couple of years because he abused the referee, the player, the line umpire, and he broke the racket. He threw the racket. He was not emotionally strong, emotionally intelligent. So this is John McEnroe. Now this image which you are seeing, maybe you are aware, Mike Tyson, one of the again legends, he was very weak. He becomes upset. He gets into the anger mode very easily. So on July 1997, Mike Tyson was banned from boxing by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for 15 months for biting Evander Holyfield's ear out of anger. First, he bite the right ear, and the next moment, again he bite the left ear. He was so angry, he was so upset. Again, he was banned. He was not able to manage his emotions. So this is Mike Tyson. Now, the great Aristotle. Anybody can become angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. He is the teacher of Alexander, a great master. So how is my emotional intelligence related to my IQ? People who have thinking oriented personality tend to have a higher IQ but lower EQ, emotional quotient, than people who have a feeling oriented personality. So this is not to say that every person who is feeling oriented will have a high EQ and low IQ, but there is some correlation between the two. IQ measures your intellectual skill level, your ability to think logically, absorb information, and transfer knowledge and solve problems. It is a very good predictor of success at school, but not good at predicting success at work or in private life. EQ measures your emotional skill level, your ability to understand your emotions, to control your emotional reactions, to motivate yourself, to understand social situations, and to communicate with other people. It is a good predictor of success in your private life, but on its own, it is not very efficient at predicting success at school or work. However, the combination of high EQ and a high IQ is an excellent predictor of success at school, work, and private life. So it's the combination of EQ and IQ which will do wonders. So there is a question: is my emotional intelligence fixed? Yes, most of you, what you guessed is right. Emotional intelligence is not fixed. It is not. The exciting news is that you can grow and develop your emotional intelligence through practice and learning. It will constantly change the more we grow and develop an understanding of our feelings and emotions. So, through experience, as we humans are constantly changing, and our attitudes and emotions will change also. So, therefore, we will react to a situation differently to how we may have done 5 years ago. The ability to identify these changes in our makeup will allow us a great understanding of our own EI and help us develop strategies in order to control our emotions and get the best results from a given situation. So, emotional intelligence fixed? No, it will change. We can develop it. So, the last one, I want to improve my emotional intelligence. What should I do? So, there are several things that you can do. For example, you can keep a journal or a diary to record and reflect on your experiences, your emotional moods, tantrums, your responses, your feelings. So, this process of reflection and recording can boost your self awareness and self management. So, this habit will propel you towards more effective behaviors. This will be covered in greater detail later in the presentation. So, you should also actively invite feedback on your behavior from people that you trust. So, this honest feedback can help you to identify and act on any blind spots that may have caused you difficulty in the past. You can also work with a coach to set goals for improving your emotional intelligence and receive ongoing support as you progress. Improving your emotional intelligence is a very rewarding, enriching experience. You must invest your effort and patience to reap the rewards that will transform your career and your quality of life. We'll cover this aspect later in the presentation. First, you need to understand the concept and the competencies of emotional intelligence. But before we go any further, it's quiz time. So, as I told you, there are 20 questions to EI self assessment. They are very, very simple. I'm going to read out these questions, which you can also see on the screen. We can take a notebook and just write down the numbers 1 from 1 to 20. So, can I request all the participants, the audience, to take out a notebook and write down the numbers 1 to 20. So, I'll give 30 seconds time. Please take out your notebook. So, this will help us to assess our current level of managing emotions or emotional management. Okay, so this questionnaire is a useful starting point for reviewing our current level of emotional intelligence. Please note that the results do not give you a comprehensive picture of your emotional intelligence. So what you are supposed to do is, for every question, your response, if it is correct, you put a tick mark against the number 1, 2, 3. You don't have to write the question. I will read out the question for you. Understand the question. Very simple question, a statement. And against every number, if the statement matches with your behavior, put a tick mark. I hope it is clear. Can someone respond to this? So, my dear champions, can someone respond? Have you understood what I'm trying to tell? So, my dear friends, from Chennai and Hyderabad, can you respond that you understood and the audience is doing this activity? Sorry? Are you from Chennai? You're from Hyderabad. So you understood what the team is supposed to do? Okay, great. So we'll start. Let me also hear from Chennai. Thank you for responding. So the Chennai team. So can I proceed? So the first statement, I hope you have written numbers from 1 to 20. So there are 20 statements. And if the statement matches with your behavior, you put a tick mark. And if it doesn't match, leave it blank. Okay, let's go to the first statement. I am aware when I start to become angry or defensive. I am aware when I start to become angry or defensive. So if this statement matches with your behavior, if you are able to be aware that you are becoming angry, then put a tick mark. If you are not, if you are not aware that you are getting into the angry mode, then just leave it blank. Okay. Second one. When I'm dealing with an angry person, I keep relaxed and focused on my goals. When I'm dealing with an angry person, I keep relaxed and focused on my goals. The third statement, I remain cheerful and enjoy working on new ideas. I remain cheerful and enjoy working on new ideas. If it matches, the statement matches with your behavior, please make sure that your appraisal is honest. You have to be honest here. Why we are doing this assessment is just to understand a current level of emotional intelligence, and based on that, we will work on to improve ourselves. So the fourth one, I follow through on assignments, support others, and build a trust. I follow through on assignments, support others, and build trust. Fifth one, despite setbacks and problems, I continue to work in a calm manner. Despite setbacks and problems, I continue to work in a calm manner. A sixth statement. So I use positive thinking even when I'm in a conflict or a difficult situation. I use positive thinking even when I'm in a conflict or a difficult situation. Seventh statement. I can feel and see things from different viewpoints. I can feel and see things from different viewpoints. Eighth statement. I clearly understand the strengths and weaknesses of my behavior. I clearly understand the strengths and weaknesses of my behavior. Ninth statement. I practice stress management to be calm and healthy. I practice stress management to be calm and healthy. Tenth statement. When I communicate with others, I help them feel good. So when I communicate with others, when I talk with others, I help them feel good. 11th statement. Before I make a decision or take an action, I listen to others' ideas. So before I make a decision or take an action, I listen to others' ideas. 12th statement. I can sense how a work colleague is feeling without saying much to him. I can sense how a work colleague is feeling without saying much to him. Or your peer, your college friend. 13th statement. To resolve conflicts, I encourage honest and respectful discussion. To resolve conflicts, I encourage and honest and respectful discussion. 14. I help people who hold different opinions to reach an agreement. Even if you take among your friends, they might have different opinions on a particular topic. Here the statement is I help people to hold who hold different opinions to reach an agreement. 15th statement, I inspire others to achieve challenging goals. I inspire others to achieve challenging goals. So the last set of five statements. 16th statement, when I'm making changes, I consider the feelings of others. When I am making changes, I consider the feelings of others. 17th, I'm aware of when I start to think negatively. I am aware of when I start to think negatively. 18th statement, I have a good sense of humor. 18th statement, I have a good sense of humor. 19th statement, I am confident that I can achieve a task once I apply myself to it. I'm confident that I can achieve a task once I apply myself to it. 20th and final statement, I can get back on track quickly after I become emotionally upset. I can get back on track quickly after I become emotionally upset. Okay. So in that list of 1 to 20, there are few blanks and there are few ticks. So add the ticks. Note down the number. How many ticks you got? So got 30 seconds. Please add all the ticks. Leave the blanks and add all the ticks. Okay. Now let's see the answer key. For those who got from 17 to 20, have a very high emotional intelligence or managing emotions skill. 14 to 17, high emotional intelligence. They display high emotional intelligence. From 8 to 13, it's average. And 4 to 7, it's below average emotional intelligence. And those who got 0 to 3, it's far below average. That means we have to work a lot. Please note that the results do not give a comprehensive picture of your emotional intelligence. This is just a guidance. Okay, now let's understand what are the four skills of emotional intelligence and two emotional competencies. One is personal competence and two is social competence. Our four domains are self awareness, self management, and social awareness. And how do I manage the relationship with others? So, when you take the first one, self awareness, Thomas Carell, a legend, says the greatest of faults is to be conscious of none. He's saying the biggest of faults, the greatest of faults is to be conscious of none. We don't know what is happening. So he's saying it's the greatest of faults. So self-awareness, ability to accurately perceive your own emotions, accurately perceive your own emotions. Stay aware of your emotions as they happen. Keep on top of how you tend to respond to specific situations and people. So being self-aware. So when we want to be self-aware, there are certain triggers. So what triggers us? So it's like angry tirades, a long criticism, speeches, door slamming, fadak. So emails, certain emails will trigger. So use of sarcasm and inappropriate humor, withdrawal and isolation, holding grudges and getting even, passive behavior, being very silent, aggressive behavior, dominating. So these are some of the red flags. So improving self-awareness. So as we have discussed, know thyself, understand ourselves, understand our weakness, understand our strengths. So see yourself for who you are. What do you think and feel? What your emotions? How happy you are? How upset you are? How cheerful you are? So what your emotions like a hub? For this, we have already discussed that we have to write down a journal. We start maintaining a diary that will help us to manage, control. So track and backtrack your emotions in a difficult conversation or meeting. Learn your tendencies in emotionally arousing situations. Use pad sharing, pure. When you have a friend or a colleague, you got to share. So take the feedback, own your actions, take full responsibility for what you say and do. So now use awareness to self-manage. We have seen the self-awareness. Now self-management. So ability to use awareness of your emotions to stay flexible and positively direct your behavior. Manage your emotional reactions to all situations and people. So the Plato, one of the masters says, the first and best victory is to conquer self. Once you know yourself, then you have conquered the world. Now, this is about a private victory. Private victory. You know yourself. You know your strengths and weaknesses. Now, how do we overcome the weaknesses? So, this is a private victory. Now, public victory. So, becoming socially aware, social awareness. So, ability to accurately pick up on emotions in other people. Understand what is really going on. So, understanding what other people are thinking and feeling, even if you don't feel the same way. So if we have to understand other people, one of the criteria is empathy, being empathy. So empathy is the ability to see the world from another's point of view and to identify and understand another situation, feelings and motives. If 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 your friend is undergoing pain, you put yourself in the same shoe, then you'll be able to respond better because the frequency matches. So I know exactly how you feel. So social awareness requires empathy. Now, how do I improve social awareness? So spend extra time observing, asking, and listening. So when you listen, maintaining eye contact, give the speaker your attention. So you play back and you summarize. Yes, this is what you said, right? Am I right? Okay. So try on the shoes. Suspend your judgment. So read their body language. Decipher emotions in speech tone. Decode emotions in speech tone. So anthropologists make their living watching others in natural state without letting their own thoughts and feelings disturb the observation. So this is social awareness in its purest form. Reading body language, emotional body language. So the study of human societies and cultures and the development is the work done by anthropologists. So they don't disturb, they don't intervene, they don't judge people when they are listening. So use awareness to manage your relationships. So ability to use awareness of your emotions and emotions of others to manage interaction successfully. So ensure clear communication and effective handling of conflict. So how do we improve our relationship with others? Seek to build a high quality, high trust relationships. I am there for you. So there's a trust. So try to discover what role emotions are playing in your interactions with others. If you sense tension or emotional reactions in a person's body language or speech, ask questions to seek to understand. Be quick to settle disputes, differences of opinion, and misunderstandings. So you will enjoy a lot more benefits once we improve or get the private victory and the public victory. So the benefits of emotional intelligence, it allows you to know your own emotions. So ability to manage your feelings. It also motivate yourself and show empathy for others. It will maintain a healthy relationships, avoid stress, optimize your performance, and also encourages your personal growth. So these are the benefits. And the final thoughts, if your emotional abilities aren't in hand or controlled, if you don't have self-awareness, if you are not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective relationships, then no matter how smart you are, you're not going to get very far. So we got to be really, really careful with the emotions, a sudden burst of emotions. So we have to control it, we have to manage it, so for which we need to be aware of that, manage them, and also with others. So we have come to the end of this section. I am really sorry I'm not able to play the videos. If I had played the videos, you would really understand the deeper meaning of emotional intelligence or managing emotions. So let's summarize what you have seen. We've seen about the black boy and the balloon seller. The message was attitude determines your growth, your altitude. We also seen what is emotional intelligence, which is the capacity to recognize our own feelings and those of others. So, what impact will my emotional intelligence have on my career? A drastic, a significant. Poor interpersonal skills, not being a good team player, difficulties in handling challenges. So, how do I improve? How do I overcome my emotional intelligence? Is it fixed? No, it is not fixed. We can grow and develop our emotional intelligence through practice and learning. So we can work with a coach to set goals for improving your emotional intelligence, or a good friend, a trustworthy friend. So you also seen the assessment. We would have understood what's the current level of our emotional maturity. We have seen the four elements: self-awareness and self-management, social awareness and management, and also the benefits of EI. I also would like to give you some EI resources. It's displayed in the slide. You can make a note of it for a deeper learning, because emotions are crucial. If we don't manage the emotions, we cannot grow in life. So thank you so much for attending this session. If you have any doubts, any questions, you can raise it to me, or I display my number. It's my WhatsApp number. You can also get in touch with me on my WhatsApp. If you have any doubts or questions, clarifications, once again, my apologies. I'm not able to play the videos. Any doubts you have? So first of all, I thank the participants and appreciate their keen interest to learn about managing emotions. I'm grateful to the organizing committee of Ma Gregorius College, Chennai, and Little Flower Degree College, Hyderabad, where I actually worked last in Hyderabad in HSBC, Somajiguda. My special thanks to incredible Professor KY Indumati, HOD English, for inviting me as a resource person. So, my dear friends, wishing you all a super success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for that knowledgeable and informative session. We'll have now have a questionnaire session where students can ask questions to our guest speaker. Please feel free either to type your question in the chat box or ask you questions directly. Any questions? Please feel free either to type your question in the chat box or ask your questions directly.
In fact, I would love to interact in the classroom. Uh, there's through webinars, it's very difficult.
Should I conclude?
Hello, hello.
I now request Sonia from 1BA, Mar Gregorius College of Arts and Science, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of all students and staff, I am glad to present my vote of thanks. Special thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. B. Narasimha Rao, for accepting our invitation and conducting such an engaging and truthful webinar on managing emotions, emotional intelligence, and productivity. I thank our respected Secretary, Reverend Father Matthew Palipunal, our esteemed Principal, Dr. R. Srikanth, and our beloved Vice Principal, Dr. G. Gayatri Ma'am, for their generous support for this support guiding us. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the organizing committee of Little Flower Degree and PG College. I thank correspondent Reverend Bro Arun Prakash, Vice Principal Ms. P. Jayanti Reddy, Ms. Varna Devapur, HOD of Modern Language, and Ms. Lakshmi Andal, HOD of English, for their collaborative efforts in conducting this event. I thank my fellow students of Department of English and Modern Language of both the colleges for making this day a grand success and a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Please fill the feedback forms which is shared in the chat box. With that, we conclude this webinar. We hope you found this session enriching and informative. Let us continue to explore the fascinating world of emotional intelligence and productivity in our daily lives. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, sir, for
Thank you,
giving us
sir.
your time and joining us for this wonderful session.
It's a
Thank
pleasure,
you so
pleasure,
much,
ma'am.
sir. We cannot hear.
Thank you, Subha ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really very helpful. We were able to know, analyze our emotional,
Thank you.
how to manage it also. Thank you very much, sir.
I'm sorry I'm not able to do justice due to technical reasons.
It's okay, sir.
No, sir, it was really good. Whatever you spoke about students who were noting down on the points and they were really assigning whatever the assignment you have given, the 20 questions and all. It was really good, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the session.
Thank you. Thank you. The clippings would have been even more powerful. It would have added value to it. But nevertheless, we'll walk it out next time.
Yes,
Sure,
sir.
sure,
Yes,
sir.
sure, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, otherwise, you can even share the videos, sir, so that we can show them
I
PDF.
already, I already shared to send an email to.
Yeah,
Uh,
Subha ma'am.
MTC. We will share it with you.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
And thank you so much, ma'am, for the session,
Thank
the
you.
speaker, everything.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
thank
And
you.
also Indumati madam, if she is there.
Sure, ma'am. We'll convey.
Have a good day,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.